There is no denying that Elder Scrolls Online is a very complex game. It's huge in size and in scope, and by far it is the largest Elder Scrolls game. But why this game is good or why this game is bad? And in this two-part series of the videos, we're going to be focusing on what are the good parts of the Elder Scrolls Online or why it is good, and what are the bad parts or why it is bad. And in this part, we're going to be talking about why it is good. So without further ado, let's just get it started. And the number one and probably one of the biggest and best reasons why Elder Scrolls Online is good is because of its solo content. The game is Elder Scrolls game through and through if you are going to look at it as a solo content. Yes, it's still different from the Skyrim because this is an MMO, but with an amount of quests and things to do alone is simply huge. You have so many quests, even just talking about the base game. You have your main quests, you have your faction quests, you have your zone quests, you have your side quests, guild quests, and bunch of other types of quests that contains dozens or even hundreds of quests within them. And what's most important is that they are not boring and they are not the same. Quests are well written, and most importantly, which is a breath of fresh air for any MMO, that it's fully voice acted and voice acted well. Yes, there are voice actors here and there that are reused, but still, they're doing a very great job at showing the story of the game. And if you like Elder Scrolls for its story and for its lore, you're in for a treat, even if you're just gonna get the base game. There are insane amount of things to do, and no matter where you go, you will have some quests to complete. And most importantly, they are good. And one thing that is particularly good and also a little bit bad, which we're gonna talk about in the bad side, is that you can start leveling in any zone that you want. Yes, let's say you start a game and you completed your, well, let's say first island, which is your starting zone. And I'm talking about the base game. After that, you're actually free to move wherever you want. Well, yes, whatever you want. If you want to go and level up in Skyrim, you can do that. You can go and start your quest lines there. Want to go and level up in Balenwood or in elsewhere? Yep, you can do that as well. That's mainly done because of a leveling system in the game. Well, there is practically no leveling system in the game, at least not for the zones and for the quests. Every quest, whether you are level 1 or level 50, is giving you an XP that will progress you further. And no matter which zone you are, you can do that everywhere. And that is actually pretty great if you want to just level up with everyone. And for that reason, there is practically no empty zones in the game. Every zone is visited by everyone because some people are just, well, leveling up to the max level in one zone. And then after that, after they experienced everything in the game that they wanted, they just go from zone to zone and completing all the quests. And you are as likely to meet level 1 character as level 50 to end with the champion points in thousands. And that actually is the same for your friends as well. Let's say if you have a friend that plays for 5 years and you just started, you can play together right from the get-go. Yes, more high-level content will be restricted for you and far more difficult for you, but almost all of the overall content will be available for you right from the get-go, which is a huge bonus if you are playing alone or if you're gonna play with your friends. Then because of the same reason, every region is full of people. Every region is full of people. Because the game is running on a mega server, meaning that it runs only on one server per region and per platform, you are going to meet a bunch of other people. There are hundreds and thousands of people with you every single time. And you will never feel alone in this game. Everything is available from you from the get-go, and that is actually amazing. But what is a cherry on the top is a combat system. Combat system is simply amazing. No matter what you think, Skyrim's combat system was very rudimentary. Here, it's not. It mixes the Skyrim combat system with an actual MMO system. Meaning that you have your skills, and you have your hotbar, you have cooldowns and things like that. But you also have multiple skill trees. 3 skill trees per class, and also separate skill trees for each and every weapon and armor. And you also have skill trees for different guilds, and you also have some additional different skill trees, like for example your race skill tree or your main quest skill tree. And you are leveling those skills up just like you do in other Elder Scrolls games by using them. More you use them, more powerful they become, and then you can actually choose between different variations of those skills to create a perfect build that is perfect for you. And the combat is fast and flashy and feels and looks amazing. And most importantly, it's not that difficult. And if you think that you need to, well, use all of the skills to level them up, well, in reality, you don't. You see, when you level up, your XP goes to your skills. That's how your skills are leveling up, no matter whether you're using skills or not. So if you have just certain skills slotted and not using them, you're leveling those skills up. up, which is great. And if you want more challenging combat, and if you want like something like real difficult, there's always a PvP. And PvP in this game is insanely interesting and fun. Battlegrounds are cool because you're fighting with your team against 2 other teams, which makes the combat far more tense. Plus it has very high skill ceiling, which makes it quite complex, but also very, very rewarding. And because of the horizontal progression of the game, and yes, by the way, the game has horizontal progression after level 50, meaning that you don't have any additional levels after level 50, despite new expansions releasing, and only thing that you have is a champion point system, you are actually quite a good competition against anyone in a PvP. So you have a chance to, well, stack up your kills quite quickly, very early on. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy to do that, but it's also not as discouraging as getting destroyed every single time when you get into PvP battleground. And of course, there is also a serial PvP, which is an open world PvP, where you go and fight different battles and different sieges with bunch of different other people, which can turn into an epic proportions. And the cherry on the top is of course a customization. Game has a quite extensive customization system. You can customize the colors of every type of equipment, and you can actually change the look of the colors based on different, well, cultural or like racial different looks. For example, you can adopt the looks of high elves, or you can adopt the orcish looks or barbarians, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of different looks to your weapons and armor, which will make you look quite unique. And last but not least is, of course, getting back to the people playing this game. This game has a very, very healthy population, meaning that there is always someone in the game, so you will never feel alone. And in MMO, it is an important thing to have. Many people are missing this, so yeah, there's that. Overall, Elder Scrolls Online is a good game, but it has quite substantial flaws, which breaks this game for many people, and it's important to talk about them. But we're going to review them in the next video, which will be coming right after this video. Most likely it's even already up. So yeah, this will be your birthday. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in, well, next video.